Now, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez attacked Republicans after their treatment of the Green New Deal. Now, this is after a congressman had referred to that plan, which is an ambitious plan to try to protect the environment and create millions of actual good-paying jobs in renewable energy. They called this plan, quote, elitist. Now, this is Representative Sean Duffy of Wisconsin, who said, quote, I think we should not focus on the rich, wealthy elites who will look at this and go, I love it because I've got big money in the bank. Everyone should do this. It's kind of like saying, I'll sign into the Green New Deal, but I'll take a private jet from D.C. to California, a private jet, or I'll take my Uber SUV. I won't take the train, or I'll go to Davos and fly my private jet. The hypocrisy. What a ridiculous statement. And of course, who better to call it out than Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who in this next clip absolutely destroys that argument. Watch.
But aside from that, when we talk about the concern of the environment as an elitist concern, 1 year ago, I was waitressing in a taco shop in downtown Manhattan. I just got health insurance for the first time a month ago. This is not an elitist issue. This is a quality of life issue. You want to tell people that their concern and their desire for clean air and clean water is elitist? Tell that to the kids in the South Bronx, which are suffering from the highest rates of childhood asthma in the country. Tell that to the families in Flint, whose kids have their blood is ascending in lead levels. Their brains are damaged for the rest of their lives. Call them elitist. You're telling them that those kids are trying to get on a plane to Davos? People are dying. They are dying. And the response across the other side of the aisle is to introduce an amendment 5 minutes before a hearing in a markup. This is serious. This should not be a partisan issue. This is about our constituents and all of our lives. Iowa, Nebraska, broad swaths of the Midwest are drowning right now, underwater. Farms, towns that will never be recovered and never come back. And we're here and people are more concerned about helping oil companies than helping their own families? I don't think so. I don't think so. This is about our lives. This is about American lives. And it should not be partisan. Science should not be partisan.
Damn. Preach, girl. Damn. As I said, as she just said, this should not be a partisan issue. We should actually be doing something about this because this means American lives. But instead, what do? We give oil companies more money. We give corporations more money. We give tax breaks, gigantic breaks for the rich. I mean, look, this greed is killing us. I mean, literally, you want to look at any problem in the country. Almost all of them have one thing at the center. Greed. I mean, greed. Flint, for example, right? Oh, the politicians want to save money so we can give more tax breaks to corporations and rich people. Well, who cares if lead leaches into water? We're supposedly paying less. We don't care about those people because, you know what? They're in Flint. They're not really driving economic, gains and all that stuff. So, we don't care about them. We don't care if they drink poison water. They're not going to amount to anything anyway because, And not only that, but corporations that save money when we have less regulations on pollution, right? So there's less regulations. They can pump more pollutants into the air. They don't have to take money out from their profits to control their pollution. No, they could just dump it into the rivers or they can pump it into the air. And of course, you pump it in the air, you create asthma. You put it in the water, you give people health effects. Now, but of course, since those rivers don't run into wealthy neighborhoods, they don't care about that. More gun manufacturers, gun control, right? The gun manufacturers pay the NRA to spread propaganda against common sense gun reform. And they pay the politicians to not pass those reforms. So now we have people dying in the schools. Why? Greed. 2 people that were survivors from Sandy Hook literally took their own lives. And one of them was a father of someone who was killed in Sandy Hook. And he was followed around by right-wingers harassing them thanks to Alex Jones. Alex Jones purposely lies to his audience in order to make a buck. Spreads conspiracy theories. Why? Greed. Nearly every single thing wrong with this country comes down to greedy people who want to take more and more and more and add it to their pile. I mean, for God's sakes, people die in this country because they can't afford insulin. We have insulin. It's not like there's an insulin shortage. We have insulin. Mountains of it. But people die because they can't afford it. Because somebody's got to make an extra buck. Our system makes me sick. And so to call people who, are suffering, right, from the effects of climate change, which is projected to get worse, elitists, give me a break. No, you guys are the elitists. And I'm not talking about Republican voters. No. The Republican politicians sure are. Sean Duffy is. Mike Lee is. Donald Trump is. Hell, Donald Trump brags about being an elitist. But the people who are trying to protect the environment, the activists, the people that are having their homes destroyed by climate change, they're not the elite. They've either lost everything or there are people out there that try to prevent it from happening to others. The Republican Party is gross. They're sick people. They're surrounded by greed. They care only about themselves. And so, while right-wing media right now is looking at this impassioned speech by AOC, they're saying, oh, she's not only being elitist, but look at her. She's being so irrational. She's having a meltdown. Well, if you can remember just yesterday, this is what the Republicans were saying about the Green New Deal.
Tauntauns, Mr. President, is a beloved species of reptomammals native to the ice planet of Hoth. Now, while perhaps not as efficient in some ways as airplanes or as snowmobiles, these hairy bipedal species of space lizards offer their own unique benefits. Not only are tauntauns carbon neutral, but according to a report a long time ago and issued far, far away, they may even be fully recyclable and usable for their warmth, especially on a cold night.
That's the Republican response to the Green New Deal. It's a joke to them. All of the stuff that is happening and will happen for climate change, it is a joke to them. And it's not funny. It is affecting real people's lives. And if you're one of those Republicans that is, that doesn't believe in climate change, that doesn't believe in helping people that are affected by climate change, then you are part of the problem and deserve all the condemnation that will be aimed at you. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.